Okay, this one was nice to catch, considering how tough of a week it was trading wise. Like the model just didn't show up many times. Um, I took an L on what was it? Wednesday, I think. Yeah, it took a lot. Well, Monday, Tuesday, the model just didn't show up. There was a trade Monday, but in my opinion, was not an A plus setup, so I didn't take it. Uh, Lost Wednesday, but I de-risked on Wednesday, so but I did lose. Thursday, by the way, Wednesday, you can watch my other videos. You can hear me rant about it in other videos, but Wednesday, price with one minute candle just swept me out. It was a crazy volume. The candle had crazy volume. I don't know why. Just randomly swept me and then went my direction after that. And Thursday, I ended up break even, but legitimately, I was one tick, like 50 cents, because I only had one contract on this trade, 50 cents away from my take profit, and then it goes back to my break even. And then today, got a win. You know, we're green on the week, so that's good. You know, that's all we can ask for a week like this week, because it just was not great. And anyways, let's go over the setup here, what I took. So coming to the daily, I noticed how we had actually inversed this daily fair value gap yesterday. So that should make us bullish, but I mean, talk about a devil's mark. Like, I know you see a little bit of a wick here, but I mean, we barely went any higher at all after we inversed that candle. So it didn't really mean much to me after that. I needed price to show me more if it wanted to go higher this morning, because we were like down here already this morning, and it was a pretty bearish candle. There was no wick to the downside yet. 4 hour gave us absolutely fuck all, other than the fact that we saw how there was no PD arrays. There was no fair value gaps in this leg at all. So I was like, okay, that's another reason to be bearish, because there's nothing for us to bounce off of here. Now, we also inverse this 4 hour bullish candle, but it's such a small fair value gap that I don't really pay it much attention. But yeah, again, just there was nothing for us to bounce towards. So for me, it made sense. Okay, we're probably going to the sell side. Now go to the 1 hour. We have sell side here, and we were respecting a 1 hour fair value gap. I had an alert here. I'll take it off now just in case we came up into this 1 hour fair value gap, but we didn't. We swept liquidity nicely. Go to the 15 minute. You see, this was the only reason I was a little nervous about this trade, but I'll give you the reason why I entered regardless. Okay, the reason I was a little nervous was because I entered off a 5 minute fair value gap that closed. However, or a 5 minute inversion fair value gap that we invalidated. It got created. There was a 15 minute fair value gap here too that we did not invalidate yet. We did not inverse yet when I entered the 5 minute. So that was a little nerve-wracking. However, the reason I entered was because I figured I'm breaking even so fast here. Like, I was breaking even at this low here. This was my break-even point. So my thought process was, look, because I'm breaking even pretty fast here, I feel confident enough that if I enter this trade off the 5 minute inversion, that worst comes to worst, it'll probably be a break-even trade. I don't think I'll take the loss just because we didn't inverse the 15 minute yet. And as you can see, we had no drawdown. That was awesome. Love a trade with no drawdown. And we just flushed. Now, it looks like I took a 1 to 1.6 trade here. Well, I didn't. Reason being, I was on Top Step placing this trade, and I don't know. I entered it and right away it started flushing towards my break even, and I got a little bit like overwhelmed. I guess I was like, you know what? It's coming towards my take profit. That by the way, I hadn't set yet. This is how quickly it tapped me in and started flushing. And I was like, all right, it's looking pretty good. This week's been tough. Maybe I'll just target a 1-to-1 instead. So that's what I ended up targeting. Obviously, in hindsight, at the very least, I should have. Well, let me keep that. I should have at least kept a runner to here, because I had 3 contracts on this trade. I should have at least kept a runner, but at least I sized it appropriately. I put my full size 0.5% risk on this trade, and yeah, came out with this trade profitable in the week, which is nice to see. And that was the trade. So